Hi, everybody. We are live at the Paste Studios in New York right now with Doug Seegers. Doug, welcome, man. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, absolutely. And congratulations to you, because a story I got to tell is out in the world. It just came out on May 31st, and it's out right now. We're going to hear potentially some songs from that, potentially some covers, potentially some. I mean, I have no idea what's about to happen next, but can you tell us what you are in a mood to play right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, we just did a show last night at the, what was the name? The Cutting Room, excuse me.
On 34th also, it's just up the street.
Was it 32nd or 34th that was on? I thought it was 32nd. But anyway, we did a show. We did the show there to promote the new record that was released May 31st. And it seemed like it went over okay, so maybe we should play a few of the new songs from the new record.
All right.
And then I might be inspired to play some stuff that's even newer than that I haven't even had the chance to record yet.
Outstanding.
So that's always fun for me, too, breaking in a new song.
Yeah, and keep it fresh. So what's coming up first?
I think it would be a good idea to play the song that really started my career back 5 years ago when I ran into a woman from Sweden. She had came to West Nashville to record an episode of her television show. She has a show in Sweden a TV show called Jill's Veranda, and I was lucky enough to run into her in West Nashville, and I got to play her this little song while she was interviewing me, and she immediately fell in love with the song. The song's called Going Down to the River. I'm going down to the river, gonna wash my soul again. I've been running with the devil, and I know that he's not my friend. I've been falling by the wayside, living in this world of sin. I'm going down to the river, gonna wash my soul again. I'm going out to the country, gonna bury my head in a creek. I'm gonna jump in that water and baptize both of my feet. 'Cause everywhere I'm in walking, I've been getting in trouble deep. I'm going down to the river, gonna wash my soul again. Well, this whole world's going to hell in a handbasket. If I don't get me some restoration soon, gonna end up in a casket. Whoa, I'm going down to the river, gonna wash my soul again. I've been running with the devil, and I know that he's not my friend. I've been falling by the wayside, living in this world of sin. I'm going down to the river, gonna wash my soul again. I'm going down to the river, gonna wash my soul again. I'm going down to the river, wash my soul again.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, what's the chances of getting a glass of water here? I mean,
Very good, Jimmy.
we had a long show
jug
last
right over
night.
there and some party cups on the table.
My voice is getting a little bit rough at this point in time. So
Well, Well, so going down to the river, this, I don't know. Well, I know that it wasn't planned because we're not planning anything today, but this does provide a perfect segue to the book, the autobiography, Going Down to the River.
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess we'll do water first and then book. But so going down to the river is also out in the world. Can you tell us maybe like the elevator pitch version of what are people going to find when they open up the book and read it?
Well, I have a lot of fans in Sweden, because we had that #1 song when, like I said, when I was talking about that woman, Jill Johnson, who I met in West Nashville, but she's from Sweden, and she's a wonderful singer in Sweden. She's as big as Dolly Parton over there in Sweden. And so when I met her, my first year playing out over there in Sweden, we did 60 sold-out shows because of that hit song. The song went to #1 on the Swedish iTunes. And so I just, at one point, we just figured, I built up such a quick, wonderful fan base out there. Then we got thinking it would be nice for my fans to have something to read about, find out maybe a little bit more about me. So it was a good idea. It was a good thing to do for my fans out there,
That's great, man. And it's not a bad part of the world to spend time in either. I mean, Scandinavia is absolutely gorgeous. So good for you. I mean, of any of the places to be discovered in, that's a stroke of luck among many. And we've got a copy of your book sitting right here. Amber's holding a copy of that. We're going to ask you, Doug, to please sign the copy right here live. And you, the internet, can have that. You can win it. Just leave a comment below on the Facebook side, and we will pick somebody and send the book to you. So
how do I sign it?
It's a good deal. The internet? I don't know.
To who this
Paste fans?
To whom this is what's the expression they use? To whom this may concern, or something like. How about if I leave it blank? I'll put and I'm going to put thank you on there. Do I leave it blank, or do I write something on the address for who it goes to?
I feel like anything that comes out of your pen is the right answer.
How about to the lucky one?
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
To the... How do you spell lucky? To the lucky one. There you are.
All right, cool. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Doug. Thanks
whoever
to
that
everybody.
might be, I hope you enjoy the book, and I hope you still like me after you read the book.
Well, the first one sounded great, Doug. Thank you for coming here and playing for us today. We've got 3 more, I think. Can you tell us what you're going to do next?
Let me see. I think I'm going to play one of the songs that I'm hoping does well for me on the new record. It's a song that I actually got an idea to write this song when I was sitting in an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting 6 years ago, actually now. And I heard a line at the meeting. The sponsor was talking about maintaining your sobriety. Once you reach that point, it's a nice idea to turn around and try to sponsor someone else out with their addictions, And the line that he mentioned was, if you want to keep it, you have to give it away, meaning turn around and help your brother out with his addictions. So when I heard that line at the meeting, it's kind of like the light bulb immediately went off in my head, and I said to myself, that line needs to be in the song. So I wrote the song called Give It Away. If you really want to keep it, you gotta give it away. If you really want to help somebody, get on your knees and pray. If you really want to show the world some peace and faith, if you really want to keep it, you gotta give it away, away. You might meet some reach your hand out, boy, and show some sympathy. If you really want to keep it, you gotta give it away. If you really want to help somebody, get on your knees and pray. If you really want to show the world some peace and faith, if you really want to keep it, you gotta give it away. Away. Sometimes I get so discouraged when there's nothing I can do, trying to help somebody that I love with the troubles she's going through. I wanna be that sweet salvation. I wanna carry the news about peace and hope, faith and love with everything I do. If you really want to keep it, you gotta give it away. Away.
Right, and the audience of 6 goes wild. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
So as you were talking about in the previous break, I mean, you have not made a secret about your struggles with booze and with drugs, and I mean, though neither of those things sound like they've done you many favors over the years. No. My question is, I mean, I think the answer to it is always a little bit self-evident, just based on songs like "Give It Away." The question is, in the years since you've turned around your life and stopped killing yourself and started to not drink and not take drugs, how has that influenced the songwriting? I mean, how have you seen it change since you've been clean?
Well, I always kind of wrote songs, you know, even in my addicted days, my addicted years. I think the songwriting, actually, for whatever reason, was never really damaged by the fact that I was still, getting high and drinking and like stuff like that. In fact, I got actually some good ideas to writing songs when I was under the influence of alcohol. So I can't lay the blame down there. But the worst part was just the fact that when I reached the point where I stopped playing and I stopped writing, And I was more interested in just hanging out with close friends who were also getting high and drinking and stuff like that. So the joke is was it a struggle, And the joke is, no, I had no problem getting drunk. Was it a struggle?
Yeah. Running out of drugs and booze might be a problem occasionally.
But anyway, the real miraculous day in my life was when I got to the point where I started worrying about dying. And I was just I had reached the point where I was really in a very heavy depressed state. I had just had a girlfriend who had left me, and I was using too much drugs and alcohol, and I started worrying about my life, and I decided that I wanted to try to get out of that lifestyle, and I put my hands together one evening, sitting outside of church, and I was actually drunk at the time, but I said a good long prayer to God, and I asked him, and I told him that I couldn't do it without his help. I needed his strength to walk away, And after I had made that prayer that evening, I woke up the next morning, and I knew immediately that I was done with it. I just, it wasn't like I didn't hear any words from him, but I just had that feeling in my body that I knew it. I was absolutely certain that I was done. I was on a clean path, a clean road. And I just woke up so grateful. I didn't have a hangover. I thought, this is really strange, But what a blessing it was. And I've been sober and clean for close to 6 years now. And you know, the funny thing about that is that I had you know, when you try to get, there's a lot of people when they try to get away from their addictions, they're faced with temptation, right? So that's the devil is going to get you with all this temptation.
I'm sure
So
working in music is not the easiest of jobs you could possibly have to try to stay
yeah,
clean.
it's always right there in front of you, right? So I'm sitting outside of Walmart one day, playing my guitar, and one of my old drug dealers walks up to me. It's Christmas time, and he's like, "Hey, Doug, we want to get high. I got some good stuff here. I won't charge you. It's just great to see you." And I got up.
Who does that?
I got up and I said, "You know what, buddy?" I said, "I really appreciate it, but I'm on a much cleaner road right now. But thank you for the offer, and you have a Merry Christmas." And that was my fighting the temptation. You know, I had succeeded, and I felt so proud of myself.
Well, good, man. Good for you. I'm glad that happened in your life. That's an uphill battle. I mean, it's got to be. It's the odds are not in your favor, but it's happening for you. And I believe everything that you say. I'm stoked that's happened in your life. And thanks for coming here and spreading that message, because there are a lot of people who need to hear it. So hopefully some of them are on the other side of these screens right now. Excuse me. Hearing a success story. Can you, let's see, did we nail this segue? Are we going to go into a gospel tune next and praise old Jesus a little bit? Or are we going to go into something else? Where are we headed from here?
I guess we could do a gospel song. Yeah, I think that'd be okay. I don't like to stick it down people's throats, you know, for all those people that are just thinking about, you know, starting to believe and starting to improve on their faith, you know. And I'm not one of these people that's going to pin you against the wall and say you're going to hell if you don't believe in God. You know?
And it doesn't seem like you're doing that with either
That's
thing.
the best way to scare someone away from religion.
Recovery
you know?
or with spirituality. It seems like you're living it the right way and maybe attracting people, maybe not, but just living it yourself. It doesn't seem like there is any proselytizing going on.
Right. So I'm going to play a song that's not on the new record, but it's a brand new song, and I was inspired to write this song when I was driving home. I bought a brand new house out in the country there, about 30 minutes outside of Nashville, and as I'm driving home, I see a lot of beautiful streams along the side of the road. So I was inspired one day just by the water and the little streams to write this song about the water, about the river and stuff like that. And it's called Where That River Flows. Where that river flows, there's a sunset on that stream. That magic hour on that water's like a dream. And old man rowing his boat like a picture from a magazine. Where that river flows, where that river flows, I know that's where you'll be. With a pretty rainbow in the midst of a willow tree. Down by that waterfall, I can hear you calling my spirit tenderly. Where that river flows. And sometimes I can't help but wonder if that's heaven calling me home. 'Cause I hear my head submerged in that old river. I quench my thirst and relieve my weary bones. I'll quench my thirst and relieve my weary bones. Where that river flows, where that river flows, where my ashes gonna go. Where that river flows.
All right, thank you, Doug. When you go out, you're playing at the Graham Parsons Guitar Pull in Waycross, Georgia.
Oh, I'm so excited
September
about that.
29th. You've got a couple of shows coming up. Before that, also in Sweden, of course. There's a festival in Nora, and you're playing Stockholm on the 24th. What does it? Is it? Do you go out and play solo acoustic like this? Are you playing with band, or what's the arrangement look like when you play these various festivals this summer?
We have several different ideas for a band in America here. We don't have a solid band yet lined up for the American tour. I have a regular band I use in Sweden. But for the American stuff that's coming up in the near future, we're going to put something together. It should be fairly easy, though. I mean, that band we played with last night at the Cutting Room, I didn't know any of those guys at all. I had one rehearsal with them, and I think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun, you know, even though I didn't know the guys.
Well, and can we also talk a little bit about the production process of the album? I know you worked with Joe Henry on it, and can we talk about what that process was like, what Joe brought to the table, what you brought to the table, and some of the musicians that you worked with in creating the album as well?
Yeah, well, originally I was hoping we could have done the record in Nashville, but our pocketbook didn't allow it, so we wound up going out and using Joe Henry in California because I think it was just a little bit more affordable in the financial way. So we went out there, but as a result, when I went out there and I walked into that studio, I walked into a place working with people once again that I didn't know. I just met for the first time. So for me, that's a bit of a challenge, you know. For me, it's a lot easier working with people that I know what they can do, what they can play and what they can't and all that stuff. But it was, considering the fact, it was really a wonderful experience. Joe was excellent. He was a master of recording vocal work. You know, he did a really nice job on my voice. And I've had a lot of good feedback about the fact that Joe was excellent on the vocal work, you know. And I'm really happy about that because for me, one of the first things that can happen to an artist is when the music drowns out the vocals and you can't even hear what the song is about.
Well, that's, in the hour that we've known each other, that the making an album with unfamiliar cast of character kind of makes sense to me. You were telling me offline a little bit about when I asked you what do you normally play guitar wise. The answer was I don't play anything normally. I try to play as many different guitars and switch it up as frequently as possible to sort of keep yourself in that on the edge of familiarity and not get too sucked into what is familiar and into a rut. So I think that makes perfect sense that the album, A Story I Got to Tell, would have been created that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, as a songwriter, I think one of the I don't know if I should say one of the hardest challenges or one of the most interesting challenges as a songwriter is when you can, what a good songwriter can do is you can give him a really horrible idea for a song and he can still make it a really great song, you know. So my latest idea I got to write a song now was from a guy who's a very close friend of mine who plays a juice harp. Now, how the hell do you write a song about a juice harp, you know? That's a challenge, right? So it's kind of like stirs your imagination, like, Let me see if I can do this.
Tell me that this is what's coming up fourth and final in this session today is the Jews harp tune.
No, we're not. We're not going to play that one. I mean,
under construction.
I just started writing that one last night. That's how new that one is. But I do have a song title for it, though. It's called Juice Harp Buford from New Orleans.
Well, we will stay tuned as it's when Juice Harp Buford from New Orleans finally is out in the world and is a
it's gonna happen. It's gonna be our next project for sure. We got a woman from Sweden who's gonna actually stream in some trombone for the record too.
Nice. Do you feel like doing a fourth today?
Yeah, I could do that for you.
All right.
I don't know. What do you guys want to hear? Can I take a request? Is that okay? My brain is kind of getting a little... Demon Seed. Okay, let's do that one. Demon Seed. I don't know if I should call this a true story or just a story about someone that I was trying to help. When we were talking earlier about the give it away and the AA meetings and all that, and you want to turn around and help someone else out, and I get kind of choked up when I think about helping other people, because to me it's such a heartfelt and a wonderful experience if you could pull it off. I have a guy living in my house right now who's been sober and clean for close to 3 months now, and he's a really dear friend of mine, and I'm really trying my damned hardest to support him right now. So that's me turning it around and giving it away. But this here song was about a girl that I was deeply in love with 6 years ago when I was still addicted myself, and we both would sit around getting high as hell every weekend, and I just got to a point where I started really weeping for her and trying, praying to God that I could, make things different. It's called Demon Seed. For the darkest side of town, I know she's probably out there acting crazy, looking for that drug to calm her down. Has anybody out there seen my baby? One with deep, dark, sunken eyes. I know she's probably out there with some stranger, doing nasty things to get high. I woke up tonight to find my baby running with the full moon out tonight. best I ever sang that song.
That sounded great from over here, man. Thank you for coming and doing it. We appreciate all of the music you brought to us today, and travel safely. There are a number of shows coming up and a number of shows to be announced pretty soon. 10 days-ish from now, there will be a number of tour dates announced at DougSeegersMusic.com. But the tour dates we know about right now, travel safely from and to them. There's one in Stockholm, August 24th. Before that, you're going to be in Norra, Sweden at a festival that I will not try to pronounce, but it sounds outstanding on August 10th.
And the new album is available on iTunes. Is that true? All right, so y'all look after that new album. It's called The Story I've Got to Tell. Doug Seegers on iTunes. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, and the book too, man. There's so much going on. So Sweden is very much tuned in right now. We're getting a lot of the comment section is full of Sweden, of course, as it would be. So welcome, Sweden. We're glad that you're here. And the book, Going Down to the River, that is out in the world right now. Leave some comments in the comment section below. We'll announce a winner for the signed copy tomorrow. Doug, thank you again so much for coming and doing
Thank
this.
you, and to all my dear friends in Sweden, I miss you all, and I'll see you real soon. Thank you, folks.